Hey friends, I picked up one of these hearts from Dollar Tree and we're going to turn it into something super cute and rustic for Valentine's Day. So I went ahead and sanded the edges a little bit, and then I thought chalk paint would work better for this, but I have almost no chalk paint left. So I used a little bit of it and then I jumped to the acrylics and they work just fine too. So I'm only painting the edge of it black, and you'll see why here in a minute. So make sure you get your edges covered good. And then make sure it's nice and dry. Next, I'm going to come in with some hymnals, and I'm just going to rip those up, and we're going to go ahead and Mod Podge them to the Be Mine. So I'm using Mod Podge. This does say gloss or luster. I normally prefer the matte Mod Podge, but this is just what I have on hand right now. So I'm just only Mod Podge in the back and just sticking it right on top of each other in no particular order. Just to make it kind of look rustic and a little bit all over the place here with my hymnals. So do not stick those down around the edge. We're going to take a sander here and sand off the edging. So once we get that sanded off, I'm going to give it a good final dry and make sure it's good and dry before I come in with some antique wax. This is Waverly Antique Wax, and you can get this at Walmart in the craft section. So I'm just going to apply that with a wet wipe all over and then make sure it's nice and dry. Next, I'm going to come in with some Rub and Buff in the color Spanish Copper, and I'm just using my finger to apply that all over the side of the heart and a little bit into the hymnal. So next, I'm going to add some red flamenco paint to this heart that I got from Hobby Lobby. They come in a bundle. I forget. I want to say there was like 10 or 12 in the pack. And I'm just going to use one of those, give it 2 coats of paint, make sure it's nice and dry in between, and then I'm going to sand it and add a little bit of the antique wax again with a wet wipe. So I'm just going to add that on and make sure it's nice and dry. Next, I'm going to go ahead and glue this red heart over top the hymnal heart and glue it in place. Now I'm going to use one of the printables. These are from our printable subscription. If you're interested in that, it's a digital subscription. Just say printable below and it will send the information to you. So I'm going to go ahead and antique that, and then I'm going to crinkle it up just to make it look real rough and rustic. And then I'm going to add a little bit more of the black antique wax that I have, the Dixie Belle antique wax, to the edges. And again, this is just making it look more rustic. So then I have this fabric, I believe this came from Hobby Lobby, and I'm just going to tie it into a cute little bow. Just like that. And then I'm going to glue on my little home paper that we just made, and then glue my bow over top the center of that. Next, I'm going to trim the edges of the bow, and then I'm just going to kind of glue them in place where I want them to sit. And this heart will sit alone on its side, and it just turned out so cute. Let me know what you think and if you plan to give this a try.